This is the S25 Edge, and this is a super thin device. We've heard a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people have said, why? What's the reason? I want to talk about gaming on the S25 Edge because this is a super thin device at just 5.9 millimeters. So how do things like temperatures affect gaming? How is the audio off the speakers? And also, how comfortable is it to actually game on the device this thin? So let's go ahead and jump in to find out. The S25 Edge came out just a couple of days ago, and we are looking at a device that really sets a new standard for how thin devices are. 5.9 millimeters is really thin, and when you look at it side by side next to the S25 Ultra, you really can see how thin this device is. On any angle, every side, it looks very, very thin. But the other thing that is most deceptive is how light this device is. You pick it up and hold, feels very comfortable, nice edges, similar design build to the S25 Plus, but super light. I put it on the scale and it weighs exactly 163 grams compared to the S25 Ultra at 220 grams, and then the iPhone 16 Pro Max at 226. So a lighter device should be more comfortable to game with on the go. But what are the specs and what are we getting for gameplay and performance? Internally, we have a Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, same chipset in the S25 Ultra with 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256, 512 gigabytes of storage. Now, the big thing here is the battery. It's a much smaller battery at 3900 milliamps, smaller than even the Galaxy S25s. How well is battery performance while we're gaming? And then finally, that speaker slit also is slightly smaller because of the dimensions of this device. So we go ahead, start off with, of course, our benchmark. Looking at our CPU and GPU scores on Geekbench, single core scores are 2,862 and multi-core is 9,226. Solid scores, not bad. And when we move over to GPU scores, we're looking at 18,300. Again, solid across the board, very similar to what you'd be getting on a Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy device. So that is there. Now let's go into the games. We played quite a few games. I'm gonna start off with one I want to introduce to you guys, which is Prince of Persia. I tried the demo. The game is really lovely. Honestly, I think a lot of people have fun with this game. I might buy it myself. It's not sponsored or anything. I just wanted to showcase a new game for you. I like the way it worked. I also played it with the Backbone Pro controller, which you see throughout this video. But of course, our first game is Call of Duty Mobile. This is our benchmark game. I just wanted to see what temperatures were like on Call of Duty Mobile, what kind of performance we're getting also as well. Call of Duty Mobile played well. We got 120 frames while playing Call of Duty Mobile. Also had it with the Backbone Pro controller. That worked well. And even the spacing on the controller actually was quite solid, and it was good enough so this didn't feel like it was flimsy inside there. When it comes to temperatures, we're getting about 101 to 103 while playing Call of Duty Mobile, which is a little high, but still in the realms and still technically cool while gaming. So that's something to see now. This device does have a vapor chamber. We don't know what type of vapor chamber it is, if it's similar to S25 Ultra or it's just the regular ones in the S25 and S25 Plus. Then we moved over to PUBG Mobile. At PUBG Mobile here, we're able to play, of course, at a max settings, and we're getting 120 frames as well. And in terms of temperatures, while playing PUBG Mobile, getting roughly around 103 or so. So again, same kind of steady temperatures there. Now moving over to Grid Legends, a game we played at Snapdragon Summit last year, and the game is so much fun. Again, this game will play well with the controller. And what I found from this game is that it handled well 60 frames per second solid lock in terms of performance. Also saw some slight temperature rises of 105 or so around here, which is okay. Now jumping over to Call of Duty Warzone. Warzone is a game that we've had some issues in the past on Snapdragon 8 Elite, but it's been fixed now and we're able to play the game at a really solid pace, getting at about 60 frames per second here. Solid performance all around, and using the controller here was a breeze to game on the system. But the temperature started going up. Here we're getting around 105 to 109, roughly, going closer up to 110 at some point in time while we're gaming. So that's something to take note. Now, In this whole session, went ahead and played some Genshin Impact as our final game. Genshin at its max settings ran at a solid 60 frames per second, what you would expect. And that ran pretty well, but the device started to get warm, especially just on the screen and closer towards the camera bump in the center. And temperatures we got from this were pretty high. 115 was the highest I registered in terms of temperatures throughout my gameplay session, especially ended up at Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Warzone. Temperatures ran high. And that kind of reminds me of temperatures you find on, say, something like the S24 Ultra, S23, as well as also the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So it's still within the realm, but it gets warm. And again, if you're playing a game, I suggest using a controller like the Backbone Pro, just simply because you will not experience a lot of those heat dissipations on there. But performance was pretty good. And I got no slowdowns whatsoever. It ran pretty well. When it comes to battery life, this was a big thing. I started off at 100% and I played for roughly around an hour 45 to an hour 50 minutes, closer to 2, but that was pretty much my gaming session time. And my battery life dropped down to 70%, so 100 to 70 as a 30% jump. That is big, but honestly I expected worse from it. So I like the battery optimization on this device, and I think it will do pretty well going down the line. But that is not a scientific test, just from my gaming experience, that's what I got. So how well do the speakers sound? I think the best way is to give you a listen of how the speakers sound. So we're going to hear some gameplay and also music, and we'll come back and talk. Sounded pretty good. I liked it, especially while gaming, really loud and punchy on that sound. I think it was also really clear. Now, in comparison to the S25 Ultra, which you heard also, the S25 Ultra actually was much louder and also had more bass or depth to it. So you're not gonna have that bass or low end with the S25 Edge, but you're gonna have a really good speaker that is clear and precise. So I do like that about it. Now, when it comes to the gameplay session with this device, it feels super light. So I think holding your hands to game feels very comfortable. And even if you put it on a case, it's still very, very thin in general. And also using the controller feels very comfortable with it. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. I do like the temperature levels I'm getting from this device. And I think honestly, can you game on the S25 Edge? Yes, you can. Can you do that effectively and well? Yes, you can. How's the battery life? I would say decent, but again, this is not a day-to-day use. This is an extreme session from gaming. Do I like it? Yes. So I think it's a solid gaming device and a lot of you will like it. So if you have any questions or any comments, you want to pick up the controller, you want to pick up the Galaxy S25 Edge, use my link down below. And this is Thunder E saying thank you and always enjoy your entertainment.